Insecure, which as we know was created by the beautiful Issa Rae. And the main character Issa finds herself in a rich life full of color, family, romance, laughter, life-altering decisions, and at the heart of it all, her friends. She joins them and together they form a 4-person group of very dynamic Black women. We have Issa, Molly, Kelly, and Tiffany. And of course, there are various fine-ass men in the show. But moving on. Side note, the pilot to the show aired in 2016, and by 2017, over 1.1 million people tuned in to watch the season. And the show continued to serve all the way up until 2021. She has won over 20 awards for the show. I'm just saying, give props where it's due. Anyway, let's skip through all the breakups, the makeups, the comedy, the drama, to now season 4. At this point, we've watched our 4 girls grow. Tiffany is pregnant, Molly is dating Asian Bae, Kelly is getting funnier by the episode, and Issa is literally coordinating huge events that will showcase Black talent. But through all that, we focus in on Issa and Molly, who have been best friends since college. But now, after many years, it seems like their friendship is phasing out. So, falling out with your friend? Growing distance? Or maybe you're just experiencing a new level of your life and you're trying to figure out how to make your relationships fit. Well, let's take a look at Issa and Molly's journey throughout the season.
Yes.
So, season 4, episode 1. We begin this episode with a little recap of where we ended things off with season 3, right? So right now, Issa is in the middle of coordinating a huge event. She's creating a Black party. Issa just ended things with Nathan, but unfortunately, Condola and Lawrence have hit it off. So the episode begins with Issa blatantly saying over the phone, honestly,
with Molly anymore.
Then the writers jump back into time to give us a little bit of a preface of what's going on, right? So we do a little rewind back in time and you see Molly walk through the door, right? Because the girls are doing self-care Sunday, okay? Issa feels good about the fact that she just got her apartment together and she feels free, okay? She's single, she doesn't have a job tying her down, and she just never felt better. Molly, who is years into her profession, she just got hired at an all-Black establishment, right? And she's figuring out how to work that out. She's already kind of establishing her career, but she is the newbie of her job right now. So now Condola is meeting with Issa, right? And we get a little scene where Issa finds out for the first time that Condola, somebody that she's working with, actually is dating her ex, somebody that she was literally in love with for a long time. Now, every time I feel like something important comes up, we're gonna put a little ding next to the scene, right? And I'm not gonna be talking about all the scenes, mind you, we're only talking about Molly and Issa, so we're just gonna talk about the scenes that are important to their friendship. So the next scene, Molly has a solo scene. She's with Andrew, okay? She's with Asian Bae and they are bowling. And Molly is bragging about the fact that she's winning, okay? She's like, oh, like, you know, I'm winning this bowling game or whatever. And Andrew's like, okay, like if I win, you know, I'm gonna kiss you. And so they have like a little cute date moment. It's really cute, right? And you see a little steamy kiss between them. So next, Molly and Issa have this scene together. They're talking about how great they're doing, which comes at a happy surprise because now this feels healthy, okay? This is healthy for them. They are respecting each other's boundaries and problems equally in this scene. And I just love it. I think this is exactly how they should be modeling their friendship moving forward, which unfortunately they don't. So now we see that Issa is grappling with the fact that she just found out that Condola is dating her ex, right? You can see that she's actively struggling with the fact that she's grateful for Condola because Condola working with her is making her dreams come true. But she's also really uncomfortable. The next Molly and Issa scene is because they're meeting at a mixer, right? They're meeting at the mixer that Condola and Issa are throwing together. Condola and Issa, they're throwing this mixer because they're trying to get word around town that they're having this event, right? So they're just basically trying to do a little bit of promo. And of course the girls are coming. Kelly comes, Tiffany comes, and of course Molly comes. Now Molly's on her way with Andrew, and on her way there they're driving. And she finds out that Andrew is kind of seeing other people. And she's a little bit taken aback by this because she really likes Andrew. She really likes Asian babe. So, you know, Molly's a little bit stressed out at this. And she wants to talk to Issa about this, but Issa is busy trying to manage the mixer. She can't really help Molly to the fullest extent. This is because there's a lot of things going wrong with the mixer, okay? She's uncomfortable because Condola's there. The party breaks, so now people are leaving. So during this time, she's attempting to save her mixer.
Anybody looking for that type of party, come to the after party in apartment number 5. It's gonna be nasty.
How nasty?
And she thanks Condola. And during this little speech, Molly finds out what's going on through Tiffany, okay? And she doesn't like it immediately. She's uncomfortable. She's also uncomfortable with the fact that she's learned a little bit more about Andrew's dating habits. Towards the end of the mixer, Molly and Issa have a little talk in which Molly says to Issa, you know your life doesn't have to be this messy, right? Which I think is really insensitive, especially because she didn't understand the weight of this decision for Issa. She didn't really get how much she was trying to be mature. She was trying to actualize her dreams. And I do understand that Molly needs her friend right now, but I do think that one of the first things that I could say is a telltale sign that you and a friend might be going through a little bit of a rift is when there's unsolicited advice in the form of a joke. Like, you know your life doesn't have to be that messy. It's a joke and it's lighthearted, but it's actually a form of criticism. And it is also kind of backhanded. It's a backhanded joke right there. And I would also argue that once you open the door to that, like once you come out of your mouth and criticize somebody else's life choices, you are opening the door for them to criticize you back. So now we see that there's going to be a little bit of tension between the girls because, you know, Molly has just spit out this joke, right? Episode 2, the girls are meeting up for Halloween and Molly and Issa express that they miss each other. Kelly is dressed like one of the girls from BAPS. Molly is dressed like Gabrielle Union in that one cheerleader movie. And Issa, I forget what Issa was. I forget what Issa and Tiffany was pregnant. She was like a pregnant Cleopatra or something, right? So all the girls are chilling, you know, having a little powwow. And Molly expresses to the girls that she really likes Andrew, but she wants to take things a little bit slower just because she's not sure that being intimate with him is the right decision. She wants something serious with Andrew and she wants him to take her serious. So she's considering, you know, not sleeping with him anymore. And Issa says,
Are you sure you're not looking for something? Don't pick up nothing that don't serve you, girl.
And Molly is a little bit taken aback by this comment. Like I said, once you criticize others, you are opening the door for them to criticize you. And so Molly expresses that she's serious. She doubles down on it.
You gonna put that pussy on pause? Yes, I am.
Okay, girl.
Until she gains a genuine bond with Andrew, she is going to refrain from being intimate, okay? So in a slight mini storyline, Condola and Issa talk about Lawrence. He finds out and he confronts Issa about it, letting her know that he cares about Condola and he would rather her get to know him on his terms. Molly is feeling upset about Andrew. She calls Issa and Issa tells her that she's busy. In the next scene, they go out for another self-care Sunday where they kind of like are hiking. Molly is venting about how she feels about Andrew and the fight that they had. And as she's venting, Issa says, damn, girl. And then Molly's like, what? And she's like, nothing, I'm not gonna say anything. And she's like, say it, say it, say it. And so Issa finally says, it seems like you're always finding a problem. Sometimes I'm like, damn, girl, do you wanna be happy? Aren't you tired? Because I'm tired for you. And this, of course, upsets Molly, but she does get a phone call and she takes it as Andrew and he apologizes for his wall being up. She apologizes too and they make up. When she hangs up, Issa asks who it was and Molly lies and says, oh, that was just work, right? So already we can see the tension growing between the girls. Molly and Issa, they are not getting along right now. They are criticizing each other and they are both feeling a little bit sensitive about it. Molly is feeling like her problems have been minimized and she feels slighted. And you can see that, you know, as Issa goes on and on and on about the security or TSA babe that she's dating, you can see that there's a clear difference in where they are in life, right? Molly is in a certain place in life and Issa is in another place in life and they just are not seeing eye to eye right now. So now it's Thanksgiving and the girls are in a grocery store. They're shopping together and they are catching up. You know, they're just talking about how life has been for them.
You know, I've been going back and forth with this, but should I invite Andrew? I mean, we are exclusive now.
Issa says to Molly,
I don't know, girl. I mean, y'all only been talking, what, like 2-3 months? You gonna pull an old Molly and scare his ass away.
so now it's Issa's turn to vent, and she's talking about how she feels about, you know, Condola and working with her. And Molly says, I don't know why you keep acting like everything's cool with that. And then Issa says, you know, I am cool with it. You know, I'm just trying to be mature. So Molly says, well, I'm glad your little throuple is a success. And then Issa says, bitch, you were just in the throuple with Dro yesterday. To which Molly retorts, at least I wasn't fucking for free weed and toiletries. Now, whoa, okay? The girls are getting heated, they're getting spicy, they are arguing, they're throwing things back and forth, and it's getting kind of nasty, right? And then they say that they feel like they were both coming for each other, and they feel like their friendship has been off for some time. Molly says, you know, should we talk about this? And then Issa says, yeah, let's talk about it on Thanksgiving. You're gonna come over to your house like I always do, and we're just gonna talk about it over pie, right? So Issa has a hard Thanksgiving. She's just going through some family stuff with her mom and things. Kind of feels like she wants to sort out her feelings a little bit more. She's a little busy. Her brother is curious, and he says, you know, is everything good with you with Molly? So the next time the girls all get together, they are meeting Tiffany's baby, right? Tiffany has finally given birth. She has a little baby, and the girls have come over to meet the baby, right? And so Lawrence is there, Issa is there, Molly is there, Kelly is there, and of course Tiffany and her husband are there, right? And when the girls have broken up a little bit, they separate. Issa says to Kelly, you know, has Molly said anything to you about me?
Does she seem a little off to you?
Okay. You fucked Andrew.
Not even close.
I'm in the ballpark.
You're not even in the game.
Oh, then why I got a ticket?
You scalped it.
Okay, if it's not that, then what?
Issa goes, you know, Molly has been acting like I'm the messiest on earth, like her life is perfect. And then, I don't know, I just feel like she sees me how she sees me. This is notable because whenever she feels like Molly is about to get on her perfect high horse, she jokes about it. Those little jokers that we were talking about, she jokes about it, and Molly takes offense to it every time. Issa and Lawrence, they are talking outside now. Molly peeps that she notices when she looks out the window that Issa and Lawrence are outside talking. And she says,
I just think that it's funny that she calls me old Molly when she's out there right now doing old shit too.
also, by the way, Condola and Lawrence broke up, right? So they fought over Issa. Now Condola goes to her with the event, so Issa is stressed out. She gets a phone call and she has to run. Molly assumes that she's leaving, you know, with Lawrence, and she starts to judge her. Issa gets irritated, but again, she's busy. She really can't dive into her emotions right now, and so she leaves. Now we have a scene where Issa calls Molly, and Molly assumes it's because they're finally going to talk about their issues. But Issa calls to ask a favor from Andrew, Asian bae, who Molly is dating, because he works at Live Nation, and she really needs a connection with Live Nation so she can get Vince Staples to come to her event. Molly agrees to reluctantly, but then after spending time with him one-on-one, she calls Issa back and tells her that she's not willing to help her with this favor because she wants her relationship to work. Issa doesn't really understand this, right? And she just kind of accepts it, but of course she feels slighted, she feels away. Now episode 5, which I don't know if I've been keeping up with episodes, but we're on episode 5 now. She connects with Nathan and tells him that she's just not fucking with Molly anymore. It's the day of the block party now, and we see that Molly's trying to find an outfit. She's with Andrew, and she's talking about how she doesn't really want to go. And so Andrew calls her bluff and goes, okay, let's just not go. And Molly's like, I can't not go. I'm her friend, right? So Andrew's just like, okay, Molly, so let's just go to the block party, pick out your outfit, and let's go. So Molly reluctantly admits that she will be there for Issa, but she isn't really happy with Issa right now. Condola shows up to the block party, which surprises Issa, because remember, she ghosted her, right? She ghosted her, and Issa just had to plan the rest of the event by herself. Condola comes and says, you know, Rob from Spotify is coming. And this is important because it just showcases just how important Condola was to Issa. She gave her those really high profile connections like Spotify and things like that. But Molly was right when she talked about how it might get a little weird, and it probably wasn't the best idea for them to be working together. As we see, it wasn't, right? Because as soon as Lawrence and Condola broke up, Condola felt slighted and she ghosted Issa. She did not help her plan the rest of the event. Side note, Amina is in this episode. He's playing Darnell, who is Kelly's date. I think that's so hilarious. So funny, right? And we also have more celebrity appearances in this show. Like we have Vince Staples, Sir, and we have Kamaya, right? Like I said, it's the day of the block party. The event is jumping. People are finally showing up. And now it's time for people to perform, right? So now Andrew says to Molly,
"This is really great, right?"
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Putting something like this together takes a lot out of you. Maybe that's why things are off between you guys.
And Molly does say that she sees now that Issa has been working a lot, which is important because we could see that in previous scenes, Molly did assume that Issa was always going to be the person that really wouldn't have that heavy of a workload. Molly, she brings Issa some food and they try to talk it out, but again, Issa is busy. And she still feels a little bit slighted about the fact that Molly wouldn't help her. But she's trying to get over it. So they try to talk, but Issa is busy. Until later, they're letting loose. They're doing the wobble. And the girls are bonding a little bit, right? It was the end of the block party. And Molly finds out that Andrew did help Issa because Issa went behind her back and got Nathan to ask Andrew. That way she can still get Vince Staples to come, but she wouldn't need Molly's help, right?
Hey, yo. Vince wants to say what's up. You got to say?
Yeah, of course, man. Leonard, this is my girlfriend, Molly. Molly, this is Leonard, Vince Staples' manager.
I'll see you in the back.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, and thanks for the hookup tonight. You were right.
Hello.
What did you look up?
Oh, I connected him with Issa.
You did?
Nathan was the one who asked me to. All I did was send an email.
Nathan? Okay. But you know we're not cool right now.
Yeah, but I didn't think that you'd be mad that I helped your best friend.
Now Molly is mad. She's mad about the fact that Issa asked her man for a favor. And they argue. Molly goes up to her. She's got her finger in her face. And she's arguing. Molly says to Issa that you're always in drama. You're selfish. You use people. And you disrespected my boundary.
Fix your fucking self.
Bitch, do you hear yourself? Nobody has more drama than you, Issa. Okay, you need to figure out your shit and stop using people. You use Nathan, Andrew, me, who else?
And Issa tells her, well, you're always creating problems. And you just created this rule out of thin air. And if you and Andrew don't work out, it won't be because of me.
Saw me at We Got Y'all, you saw me struggling, and you decided your new relationship was more important than doing me one little ass favor?
Nigga, you stay needing one little ass favor.
And then it turns into a, get your finger out my face. And then Molly's like, what you gonna do? What you gonna do about it? Basically trying to get back. And Issa looking like, bitch, if it's up, let me know, because we can get it down. If it's up, let me know, because we can get it down, okay? The girls are about to fight. Somebody in the crowd goes, oh my God, again. And everybody's like, oh my God. And, you know, black people start running. You know when black people start running, everybody else start running. So everybody get to running out the event. And now the event is over. It rains. And Issa is all by herself. She tells her friends, I'm fine. She just needs a little bit of time to think about what just happened. She's pissed. Okay, Molly, she's getting comforted by Andrew.
I'm so sorry.
He's hugging her. He's like, I'm so sorry. I did not mean to like create a problem between you and your best friend. And, you know, Nathan is like, you know, Issa, I can help you. I can stay and clean up. And Issa's like, no, I'm good. You know, she just needs some time to cool off. It starts raining and it's the end. So the next day, Issa wakes up and everyone is calling her, checking on her. And she is refusing to call Molly and apologize because she feels like she always calls Molly and apologizes. And even though she does feel bad, she feels like Molly is wrong too in the situation. So later, Issa talks to Nathan and she tells him, you know, she didn't mean to make him feel used, referencing the fact that Molly said that she is a user. And Nathan assures her that he doesn't feel used and he helped her out of the kindness of his own heart. Episode 6, and she spends the day alone. And I love the realism in this episode because it just shows the true aftermath of success. A lot of people, I think, feel like when you reach a really big milestone, you are going to feel happy. You're going to feel elated. You're going to feel on top of the world. But the reality is sometimes you wake up and the next day you have to clean up, okay? You have to clean up your life. She has to deal with, you know, her emotions now. She's not as busy. And so she decides to spend the day helping other people, right? She spends the whole entire day helping other people, which is hilarious because none of them appreciate her, right? And she ends up getting dined and dashed on and just a whole bunch of stuff happens to her in this episode. But At the end of the episode, she wants to go get some Ethiopian food. And when she goes there, she sees Molly. She hesitates, and then she decides to turn around and go home. And Molly does notice this. She is a bit upset about this, but whatever, okay? So now Molly is going to Mexico. Another celebrity sighting. We have Ken Fields in this episode. Molly and Andrew, they're going to Mexico on their first vacation. Now, this is just a solo episode. I'm gonna end the episode reviews here because we basically got through how they led up to the fight. But I will say that I had an urge to watch this show because I am getting older and my friendship dynamics are changing. And I mean, it really does suck, honestly. And when I was watching the show, you know, I was just thinking to myself, like, I've been there. Like, I've been there. Because when you are really, truly trying to do better, sometimes you just want to learn and work through the kinks of your own life by yourself. I mean, honestly, like, there are certain flaws that you just have to go within to fix. And it doesn't matter how many people come up to you and tell you these things. You just kind of have to learn these lessons. And I do think that we need healthy friendships that are not rooted in jealousy or criticism or backhanded compliments. Anything like that is not a grounds for a good friendship. There should always be a situation where you guys are respecting each other's problems. You're not minimizing other people's problems. You're not being selfish when you're going through something. You can't just assume that people can read your mind, right? You have to communicate. And that's something that I do feel like Issa could have done better. I think that because she was so busy working on this block party, she didn't really take the time to dissect how she felt, which did create problems in her life. And Molly was actually trying to fix the friendship because Issa was really busy. She did not give herself the proper time that she needed to work through her issues so that she could communicate how she felt. And with Molly, I mean, once you can't just go around criticizing people and holding people to this old version of themselves. You just get to a point in adulthood where your back is against the wall and you are forced to learn things about yourself. And when that happens, you just kind of want to work through your life. And I think sometimes when you do have people in your corner that are criticizing you, or when you do have people close to you that, you know, they're not really, they haven't really seen this new version of you actualize. So they're criticizing you and they're holding you to this old standard of self. I think it sometimes it can give you motivation and it disillusions you, and that person now becomes somebody that you want to prove wrong. And when you're trying to prove somebody wrong, there's not a lot of room for a healthy friendship at that point. So I think it's just truly chef's kiss the way that these writers were able to capture the emotions of the truly trying Black woman and the things that she faces against her own family and her friends at times. And I think that this show is really important because, of course, they bounced back. So this season 4, was a really pivotal year for these women. It propelled them forward. I feel like it was worth it, the ups and the downs that these girls went through this season. But if you did enjoy this video, please give me a like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what you think. Have you ever been in these situations? And who do you think was right in the block party situation? I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give me a like, comment, and subscribe if you did. And I'll see you in my next one. Peace.